What's happening, beautiful people? Uncle Joey and Syatt here for another fun-filled episode of the Church New Testament. It's Tuesday, June the 3rd. It's a new month, a new week, and a whole new set of motherfucking rules. What else? Anything else you want to tell these people? No! Let's get this party started, Jack. What up, you savages? Uncle Joey here with my main man, Syatt. No edibles today. Want to give Lee a breather. We got a guest, Last week he was rocking back and forth like one of those weebles wobbles, but I never seen anything like that in my life. You were fucked up,
what
Jack.
Do you mean? You saw there's 8 years.
No, nothing like
way
that.
Way worse than that.
George said you fell asleep 4 times. That you fell asleep behind the computer over here.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, his daughter. I forgot about
fucking
that.
8 o'clock at night, falling asleep like Johnny Bean Beating.
I wasn't falling asleep because I was tired.
I'm tired.
It wasn't. I didn't need a nap, dude. I fucking passed out in the Uber. I would hate to hear what George's daughter said because I was just asleep. Oh yeah, I kept telling her we'll be ready to leave in like 10 minutes. It was like LA times. It was like LA when you would leave at like midnight. At 2 a.m, I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh shit. Oh my God, yeah, that was because who knows what you even gave me.
I gave you caramels,
no,
100 milligrams.
Yeah, the caramels
50
were good.
milligrams of
yeah, but you
live
probably
resin.
pop an ABX and
snort
it.
We popped an ABX. No, I put it between my toes on the drive up. So when I give it to you, it's nice and chewy and fucking jelly. So I got fucked up by mistake Saturday night. I mean, gone, man. My daughter and my wife went somewhere, and I'm sitting there. It's 5 p.m. I'm like, I'm pretty fucking bored. I got nothing to do till about 9. I go, let me see those mushrooms. And I didn't have big pieces of Enigmas. I had like just crumbs. So I don't like the taste of the crumbs. So I went out into the garage, and there's a box of chips in my garage. So when the kids come over, they reach in and they have these popcorn. I don't fucking like popcorn. But for some reason, this Wise popcorn or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's good as shit.
It's not bad. They're little bags, little tiny bags. I ate 2 bags of popcorn and maybe 3 handfuls of the mushroom dust, right?
Oh.
I sat there for a little while. I did a couple one-hitters. The girls weren't coming home. I go, you know what? I'm going to take a ride. I had to go get sneakers. I've been looking for sneakers for 3 fucking weeks. I've been going everywhere. I can't find my sneakers. So I go, let me go get some sneakers. It's Saturday. The stores will be empty. I'll get there like 5. Dog. I had to turn around and freehold. Like I had to pull over and stop the sirens in my head. Like I was hearing like that type of shit. I'm like, I got to turn around. And I turned around, and I had to hold my head a certain way, tilted. I go, I'm going to keep it like this the whole way home. I was seeing cars fly by me, like that type of shit.
Oh, yeah.
I was for that part of the day. I'm like, I got to go home.
Were you high that you couldn't play music?
Oh, no, I had the music on. I was blasting it. And then at one point, I'm like, I got to shut the music off. This is too much. I was listening to like Billie Jean by Michael Jackson over and over. I couldn't even stop it. Billie Jean, not my love.
It's just on repeat for half an hour.
Oh my God. I got home and I just sat in that chair, and sure enough, I'm in that house 4 minutes. I hear the garage door open, and it's my wife with the fucking baby. Well, she's not a baby no more. And now they want to sit and ask me creepy questions. I was fucking losing it. I had to go upstairs and fake a nap. It was like my old days when I did a line of coke in the afternoon and I was too fucking high to face people. I'd make believe I was asleep, and I put the sleep apnea mask, and that almost died because it put too much air in my lungs. I'd be
I love how you're so committed to it that you put the sleep apnea mask on.
You have to.
Why not just lay down?
I didn't want nobody to bother me and ask me if I was sleeping or anything, so not till I could get out of that trance. But I had an interesting fucking text message yesterday. That threw me off a little bit because I'm not a bad guy. I'm a bad guy, but not a bad guy. The guy kidnapped died. Kent Vela, rest in peace. He fucking died, man.
That's so sad.
And listen, no matter what happens, no matter the jokes I crack on here about Kent, I like Kent. It was just a different time. It was a different time in my life. I was fucking crazy in the head. The coke wasn't helping me. The way I was living wasn't helping me. But I always felt bad about Ken. That's why I made it such a fucking mission to get a hold of him, to see him again, to talk to him. I didn't like the other guy, but I liked Kent. I always felt bad for Kent. Even when I was dragging him by his feet into the other room with the pit bull. I'm like, I can't believe
I like this guy.
I'm dragging my friend with a machine gun to his head. Like, it's not good. But he wouldn't give me the coke, and I got pissed off. He wouldn't fucking tell me where it was, so I got pissed off. But even after that, I saw him in court. I could tell he didn't want to sit across from me.
Why?
I could tell because he knew he was involved in it as much as I was. In the back of his mind, no matter what he wanted to believe. As a matter of fact, a year after I kidnapped him and I got put away, he got kidnapped again. And that time they cut his face with a knife.
Wow.
He was just living a life that eventually, listen, not that I stopped living my life, but I stopped the craziness for a while. The craziness was taken out of my head. I adjusted my life. I started comedy, and I made a decision that, you know what? I could quit coke every week. It's never going to happen. I was one of those guys. This is the last time I'll snort, and then I wouldn't snort for 4 days, then I'd go off for 3 days. So what's the difference? I go, I'm just going to accept who the fuck I am and go for it. And that one day it stopped. For Kent, it never stopped. And let me tell you something. Life is bad, but when you're in your 50s and you're doing blow, it's just a matter of time. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a genius.
Yeah.
But in your 50s, if you're not healthy, you're drinking, you're stressed out, and you're doing blow, it's just a matter of time. If you're still doing blow when you're 50 and you do it till you're 59, God bless you. I wish you could do it till you're 80, but eventually, at that age, your body can't process that. Not like when you were 21, you know, and you could get up. And when I was 22, I could drink all fucking night, do blow, and wake up. Now we eat an edible. And we got to take a shit and drink a pot of coffee just to get straight in the morning.
Oh
my brothers,
God.
well, I drink 2 pots of coffee and take 2 shits. That's what you need.
Oh, yeah.
I remember doing 2 8 balls of Coke and waking up like nothing happened. Going to McDonald's, getting an Egg McMuffin and an orange juice and a Coke, and you're back in action.
Well, that, like, as fucked up as I get on edibles, I've never once been like, oh, I'm going to die. Like, that's one of the things that stopped me from Coke is, like, when you were doing
you've never
coke,
done Coke,
right?
but
like when you were doing Coke like that, even though you were younger,
I wanted to die. I didn't want to live.
Right,
I wanted to die.
You had to like come to terms with like you could die, right?
Always. But you could also die getting hit by a banana truck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get right in West New York. You get some guy not looking around. He's an immigrant. He's got a backpack on. He goes to sit back. He runs you over. You know, you could die doing anything.
Yeah.
At that time, I had no parents. I didn't have anything. No girlfriend, no wife, no kid. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
Who gives a fuck if you die? At least you die with a piece of pussy in your mouth or a fucking hairball or something like that, you know? And that's how I looked at things. And then as you get older, you're like, wait a second, now I'm in love with comedy. I don't want to die.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
now I don't want to die. And it's so weird as you get older, you have this attitude like, you know, if I die, I die. But once you hit 50 and you got a wife and a kid and a family, you're like, I can't die now.
Right. And
and listen, if I didn't have a wife and a family, when I was 50, somebody that hold me down, God knows what I'd be doing.
That's exactly.
God knows. So there, before the grace of God, go I. That's why I feel so bad. Because that could have been me. That could have been me. The tables could have changed. Kent Bella could have got his life together, become a comedian, become successful, and I would have still snorted coke. I would have had to move to New Mexico with his mother. That's where he lived at the end. He was taking care of his mother. And he said, you know, those people, I had to go back take care of my mother. You went back because they were looking for you. You know?
Right.
You went back because this is the only obvious option for you at this time. You're 40. You can't stop snorting coke. And he was a great salesman. That motherfucker could sell. And that's what this kid told me. He had broken the sales record at his company, selling like solar panels or some shit, energy systems.
Okay.
For 3 years in a row. As fucking high as he was.
It's crazy. It's weird, like how like you don't really realize you're getting older, but then like suddenly you're 36, suddenly you're 50, and like he just couldn't. That's a scary thing that he just couldn't stop doing coke.
I was at a bar like 6 months ago, and it was like me, a guy. I was just eating dinner, and there was 2 girls, and I could overhear their conversation. They were still talking about. They were like 32. And they were still talking about high school. And it was, I'm not mad at them. They were just saying that they were both hot in high school, that one was popular, she dated the guy from the bowling team, whatever. And they weren't talking to me, but I could hear them talking. And it just goes to show you, until you're about 33, you're still living in high school. Your mind, because you're holding on to it, because at some point, you got to live. At some point, you're going to have to shit or get off the fucking pot. You've been giggling and dancing and, oh, I got this job just to pay my bills and I'm going to go back to school. But now you're 33. Now you're 33. That's a story you told your parents when you were 23. Since then, you got a DUI, you knocked up some chick. You know, life happens. Life happens. If you live life, life's going to happen. If you sit at home all day and play video games and deliver fucking, what's that food?
Grubhub.
Nothing happens. You might get hit by a car or talk to a customer. Nothing happens. But when you're out there and you're hustling, but just because when I heard that, days later, I thought about that conversation. I'm like, that was me. We just got out of high school. We got time. We got tons of time.
Yeah.
We got tons. Fuck, I ain't going to be 40 for 15 years. Well, bitch, one day you're 39. And you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Still doing the same stuff, too.
Still doing the same shit. So that's what happens. You hold on to that high school. I did. I remember still playing music from high school and walking the streets. I can't wait to go to a party with my varsity shirt on, with my fucking, That's your whole thing. To walk, your whole thing for 10 years. Think about it. Not me, because I wasn't going to go. I quit high school. But think about it. Your whole thing after you get out of high school is you can't wait to go to the 10-year reunion to show those bitches what you've done with your life.
Yeah.
And then it happens that you go back in there and you got nothing. Nothing changed. You go back there with like a fake business card. Yeah, I own a whatever company. You got nothing.
Right.
You got nothing. And that's what happens. You're like, all those bitches in high school that wouldn't suck my dick, wait till I get to the 10-year reunion. They're all going to be sucking my dick. No, you're not, because you're still a fucking morto van. You're still a fucking bum.
Yeah.
And that's how fast life goes. That 10-year window, nothing happens. I always said it. I used to say it on stage. Your 30s are to clean up the mess you made in your 20s.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Basically, that's what your 30s are. To clean up the mess. You got this girl pregnant. You got knocked up, had an abortion. Your eye popped out. Now you have to live at home with your parents. That's what your 30s are. To clean up the stupidity you did in your 20s. Now, if you're Joe Diaz, you kept doing stupid shit in your 30s. So now you got to clean that shit up when you're 40.
Right. And now you're cleaning up the stuff in your 50s.
Yeah, and it's like, so it's better just to get on the horse and do it, because you keep putting it away. You keep procrastinating, and life does pass you by. Dog, I did a lot of things in my life, and I'm 62, and I'm like, man, I wish I would have done this.
Yeah.
I wish I would have done that. And dog, I did everything. I snorted coke. I jumped off buildings. I went to prison. I did it all. I got chased by the cops. I chased people. What didn't I do? Where didn't I live? I talked to people, and they're like, you lived in Aspen? You lived in Boulder? These motherfuckers haven't left Jersey.
No.
They never left Jersey. They still live on the same block or maybe 3 blocks from where they grew up. To them, to me, I'm like a fucking world traveler.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? It's weird. I was just thinking about it this week. I think it's getting worse because I think a lot of people do, and I do. I have a legit problem with my phone. It's become, in like social media, all that, and I'm trying to stop it, but it's become an issue where I waste hours.
Hours. That's why I have the monitor. Every Monday it tells you, or Sunday, how much time you spent on that computer. Once I go over an hour, it shuts down for 3 or 4 days. Mm-hmm. That's it. You should not be on that thing. If you're a business person, you're trying to strive. And listen, I get caught on the computer. Yeah. But I don't get caught on social media. I read. And I go into these fucking, I don't mind reading. But it's not like I'm going to go on Instagram for an hour. No. There's nothing on Instagram. Facebook, there ain't nothing on for an hour. Nothing. And there's nothing on Twitter for an hour. If I go on the computer, basically I play the DraftKings.
Right, but at least that you can make money. Dude, I'm ashamed to admit it. I will spend, if I'm bored and don't have, I'll just scroll shit that the people show, a day in the life of me working at a coffee shop, and they just show themselves making coffee. I'm like, what did I do? What is going on?
No, you got to get off. And you got to take your social media off your phone.
Yep.
And just have it when you get home. That's why I don't have Facebook or Twitter on my phone.
Yep.
Never had them, because that's what it'll make you do. And once you see people on phone, dog, every time I go out, it makes you put your phone in your pocket. Because anywhere you go to a restaurant, there's 4 guys sitting, they're all on the phones. Mm-hmm. If there's 4 girls sitting, they all got their phones out. If there's 2 couples sitting, 2 people got their phones out. So you have to say to yourself, you know what, it's time to put this away. I think people, look at, what event do you go? Anytime you see an event on TV, what do you see? What do you see?
Yeah.
You're at a fucking Knick game, Game 6. All the money.
10,000 a ticket.
10,000. You go anywhere. And then you get in the car, you get fucked in the ass, and now you can't dial 911 because the phone is dead. You're getting raped. Now you wasted your fucking which you're never gonna look at.
Right? Oh, no,
You're never gonna look at. Or who are you gonna show it to? Okay, I can see you going. Okay, I'm at a Led Zeppelin concert. Bam, bam. One song. Because if you come to me and you go, look, watch this. Well, listen, enough. Put the fucking phone away.
Oh, especially for that, because the audio quality is terrible. They're bouncing. There's someone in front of
I
them.
don't get the. Last week, it was shore, the beginning of Memorial Day. My friends went down the shore. You said they're at a club. Dog, everybody's like this. There's a DJ Loser. DJ Hugo, coming direct from Staten Island. I got my phone out. Like a fucking idiot. That's what it is. I grew up on memories. And I still have those memories. Those memories are implanted in my fucking brain. Meanwhile, you didn't get anything. You were too busy looking at a phone, taping. You didn't even get the full fucking experience. It's like when Roger Clemens used to pitch. If you saw Roger Clemens pitch on TV, you didn't get the Roger Clemens experience.
Really?
Yeah, because Roger Clemens walks back and forth. He goes at the pitcher. He stares him down for 10 minutes. He crosses his arms. He scratches his balls. Meanwhile, they're showing you the guy on third base talking to the fucking line coach or the guy in outfield arguing with fucking cheapskates up in the cheap seats or something. They don't show you what's going on with Roger Clemens.
Right.
It's the same thing with life. It's the same thing with life. If you have your fucking stupid phone on, you're going to miss something.
Yeah.
You're focused on a stupid phone to save your memories, your most cherished fucking memories. I don't need pictures. I don't need pictures. I could care less about a fucking picture. There's no pictures of me in high school. There's no pictures of me anywhere. Why? We lived.
Yeah.
We lived. We didn't. I take a picture. You're taking a picture. There's no Coke on the table. You got Budweisers, like all faggots, holding on to your beer. Look at this with a Miller Lite. Well, oh boy, aren't you fucking cool?
Right.
You're drinking a beer. Whoopee. With 5 other faggots. Like fucking 4 mariconcitos. That's what my mother would call me. It's 4 maricones. Look at this with a beer, showing people. That's it.
Yeah.
You didn't miss the whole thing. How many times you bump into people? Let's take a picture. No. We're at Rudy's. There's no reason to take a picture at Rudy's.
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with you? But you take the picture because you're a fucking idiot. But you're missing the whole fucking thing. And the Instagram, you're just going into other retards' lives.
Right.
They're just, when you scroll, it's retarded lives. It's retarded because if they had a life, they wouldn't be putting them up.
Oh, yeah.
If they had a life, they wouldn't be putting everything up to show you that they're doing something.
And they're not
DJ Khaled, fat fuck eating a steak on a boat. I want to see that. You showing me you got more money than me and you live. But meanwhile, you owe your credit cards.
Right.
You got 6 fucking kids that you owe baby mama. Any day now. Baby mama drama. It's the same shit. Mm-hmm. So you're buying into their fucking bullshit. They're fabricating you a bullshit of lies on and I see it every day. I see these people who make, every time you open up YouTube, it's a new Joe Rogan tape. How Joe Rogan did this and Joe Rogan did that. They're so involved. And they cling on to the words. Well, he said this, he said that. If you had a piece of ass, a life, you wouldn't give a fuck what Joe Rogan said, or Joey Diaz, or Syatt, or whatever. You wouldn't care.
No. And at least I love podcasts, but the one that is new that I don't really understand is like the Twitch streamers who just will stream like some of the biggest. Kevin Hart's on like this guy Kai Cenat. He just all day is just in his room like doing weird shit, but it's like millions of people are and you can make a lot of money by just watching their shit and making clips and putting it. It's really become a problem for me. It's not just like
stop. You gotta stop. You're a stand-up comic. Mm-hmm. You're 30-something years old. It ends today. That's it. Take that shit off your fucking phone. All of the stupid shit. All of it. If Instagram's bothering you, take it off.
Yeah.
No, Paramount is not going to reach you on Instagram.
Right, you're right.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just for Laughs Festival, well, they're defunct now, is not going to reach you on Twitter.
Right.
And if fucking... Dave Chappelle wants to hire you, he's not going to call you on Facebook.
Right. And because that's the thing, I make the excuse like, oh, I need this for comedy, but I spend 99% of the time not posting my own shit.
How much is my social media gone down since I moved to Jersey.
You've done a lot less.
I post 1 day a week. I post on Tuesdays. Have a great day. Sometimes I got an urge to post on Mondays if I want to play Tony Bennett or something. I get the sudden urge. But besides that, there's no reason no more. For me, there's no reason. I do one show a month. It sells itself out. But if you want me to keep making tapes, I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more. One day I looked at it and I go, what am I doing with my life? Because in the point, you start thinking that they can't live without your stupid video.
Yeah.
That was my Monday motivation thing. You really start believing that in your mind, that they can't live. And one day you sit there when you're sober and go, am I a fucking retard?
Yeah.
And it's listen, for all you comedy comedians out there, let me tell you how it is. Dave Chappelle has no social media. Dave Chappelle has no websites. Dave Chappelle has nothing. He pops up a show and it miraculously sells. So I want you to think about that. Now, if you take that same mentality, you're going to die for 2 years. But after a while, it might be better for you.
Right.
Because you're not constantly, every Monday, I got to go through Instagram on Monday. What do you see? 50 stand-up. Everybody wants to put their stand-up on there or them in front of a theater showing you the people with 1,000 people behind them.
Right.
You follow me?
Like, yeah, just bragging.
You know what? If you look at my resume, it says stand-up comic. How much more stand-up comedy do I have to put on there? Try something different. Put a picture of you roller skating and fall on your ass. Anything. It's like today I was going to make a boxing tape when I was at boxing gym, and I'm like, again, who the fuck wants to see me hit a fucking speed bag? But the guy always says, tape yourself doing that and then show it to me. And I'm like, I'm not in the fucking mood. I don't have the common sense to get a tripod and hang the I just want to go work out.
Right.
But now if I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just got all that shit to me was like, they don't need to see this no more. They already know I will not make a tape of me smoking dope ever again.
Wow.
They know I smoke dope. I got to come on there every day and it's 120. They know you smoke dope.
Right.
After a while, you look at yourself and you're like, he's a fucking old man acting like a fucking child. I can name 3 guys that are still smoking dope on there, but it don't look good.
Yeah, because
enough. They know you smoke dope. Enough.
Right.
Enough. Give them something different. Show them a picture of you playing chess. Like if I ever decide to learn how to play chess, I'd do a tape of me getting beat up playing chess because that's an angle they've never seen me done before.
Right.
But everything else they've seen. Well, you got a new joke. So you got a new joke. You got to show them now. Make them come see it without showing them that. Make them come to your show without showing them that. All right, we'll be right back. We're going to bring on a special guest we got. I'm excited about this guy. I've been trying to get this guy on for fucking a year, but I got sick and shit. We'll be right back. We're going to talk to you a little bit about DraftKings and UFC, what is it, 316 this week? Live from Newark, New Jersey. We'll be right back. We're back like herpes. Uncle Joey here with my main man, Chef Brad, from his Instagram fame, 600,000 people up there. What's up, Primo?
Oye, estamos bien, tío. I am so excited. It's been a long time coming. Y esto es una cosita where, oye, I'm so happy that we're here. Truly. Estamos aquí, oye. Oye, sí.
We're here, we're queer.
Ya tú sabes.
I fell in love with Chef Brad. I'll tell you why. I have a white wife from Tennessee. And I love my wife. She'll cut a finger off for me. And for years, she knows that I always talked about Cuban food. And she went and got her best recipes online, on YouTube. And it was a fucking disaster every fucking time. And I felt so bad for her because she'd say, let's make it again. And I go, no. And my wife has a problem that when she gets a recipe good twice, she stops going to it. She gets on the phone with her mother. Like in my house, like spaghetti sauce will eventually turn into chili.
Sí.
You know, like everything turns into something else with my wife. And I love her. But again, she's not a chef. She's a cook, you know, like a pretty okay cook. But when I showed, and I told her one day, I sat her down, I go, listen, you're forbidden from Cuban cooking. I love you to death. I've been with you for 25 years, but I can't do it no more because you're chopping up these fucking recipes. You're destroying my insides. You don't know how much you destroy my insides. I am not some wannabe Cuban that talks about Cuban food. I'm Cuban. I'm very traditional, before the revolutionary Cuban, where the food was fucking impeccable. They loved to cook. They would snort coke while they were cooking. The coke would drip in the picadillo, and shit.
Qué rico.
And I found you on Instagram, and I looked at the recipes, and I'm like, this guy's onto something. And I called her down, and I go, you got to watch this motherfucker. So the first recipe she took from you was carne con papa, tremendous. Then she stole the Moro recipe that you put on like 2 years ago. It was delicious. And then she got me the picadillo recipe. And that is killer because after I eat it, I save a little bit, and the next morning I wake up and I put it on Wonder Bread. Picadillo on Wonder Bread with the potatoes in
Eso es. That is.
Oh, my God.
When life was hitting you hard, eso es. Picadillo with the Wonder Bread. Oh, my God.
And when you remember you have it, like you're like, what am I going to have for lunch?
Picadillo. That taste in your mouth.
I even make carne con papa sandwiches on white bread.
Exactly.
I fucking love that shit.
It's the textures mixed with just like you were saying earlier. That papa, when you cut it in half and it's perfectly brown, ahí colored with all that sazon, pero the middle's nice and white.
People have no idea when you cut a Cuban potato with a dish called carne con papa, number 25 at Versailles. It's not. That's how strong my fucking game is. If you ever go to Versailles, just say 25. Whether it's Miami or California.
25.
Carne con papa, number 25.
Number 25, baby.
Okay?
25.
And when you cut, I remember going to Versailles in California and cutting the potato, the whole thing was white. I'm like, I'm in the wrong restaurant because the outside has to absorb the gravy from the fucking meat. And that beef gravy and the bouillon they put in there, and it's brown on the outside. But when you cut it deep in the middle, it's fucking nice and white and clear. You don't know what that taste does to your fucking mouth. Your mouth, you can feel the flavors of the levels.
A flavor memory. It makes you go back in time. You know, that's like why I love the Cuban food. Porque even Lee, oye, you don't look like you eat Cuban food all the time. Pero when you had it, it's just nostalgic.
I had nothing to compare to. No.
Cuban food in Auschwitz.
That's the thing. I think they would have lasted a lot longer. Dude, that rice, and I've never had, and I'm sure it's not like that Versailles in the valley that we went to. And they had that garlic chicken. I'm sure it was.
I know the one that you're talking about.
But that garlic chicken, even bad Cuban food, to me, as someone who doesn't know much about it, is the first time I had that crispy chicken, and it wasn't fried, but they did something to it with that garlic sauce and that we were talking about before. You just give me black beans and rice, avocado, and some sort of meat.
I'm good. I'm good too.
Oh my God. I don't have, there's just, for someone who grew up in the Northeast, not around, it was just white people. There was good food, but it's different. It's different.
It's boring.
No,
you don't know until you know.
See, sazon. That's truly, I think, what it really is. People don't realize that, the power of the bay leaf is what I always tell everyone. If you just want your food to be good, just throw freaking bay leaf ahí adentro y que se jode la cosa, porque that bay leaf will impart that magical flavor of ño su madre, that every time you bite into those black beans, it's a different world. Porque I feel like a lot of them, Central America doesn't really use a lot of sazon and all that stuff, obviously, pero that's the whole Central and Middle of America is where the iodinized salt thing came from. Porque no one had iron, no one was doing that, and they go, coño, we gotta put it in the sal porque estos se van a morir. You know what I mean? So people use iodinized salt, and when they cook with it, it kind of screws up the flavor, I think. So I feel like when people do cook, and a lot of Cubans, I feel like they try to stick as natural as possible when it comes to ingredients and stuff, como sal and bay leaves too. Pero I gotta get you to Miami just so you could just have true authentic food, porque te vas a cagar. I swear.
I don't know if I'm ready for it.
No, see, we were talking about it, but it's I know.
You're ready for it.
No, you're ready. I see un poquito.
Dude, I might gain all the way back.
Here's the thing with recipes that sucks. I'll call people and I go, George, get grandma's recipe for chicken. And grandma's great. She'll give me the recipe. But the bitch will leave something out. Okay? It's like when you learn jiu-jitsu.
Exactly.
They always leave something out for you to figure on your own. For you to kind of figure on your own. But guess what? I'm an idiot. I don't want to figure it out on my own. I want you to tell me. So for years, me and my wife have been experimenting with Cuban recipes, and everything tasted was missing something until we found your recipes.
Oh my God, that like, uy, coño.
Okay, because you weren't hiding nothing.
No.
Because that's what was pissing me off. That we would cook it to the fucking, I'd sit there with a aleto, white wine. What's that wine? Like camarón enchilado.
Camarón enchilado.
That dry wine.
That dry wine,
that's the whole fucking thing.
You just let it reduce. Pero nadie shows it.
Nobody shows you that.
No one tells you.
And this is the only person that you gave us legit recipes. Like, I became a fan because I'm like, most people leave something the fuck out.
Siempre.
And you got to figure it the fuck out. You got to sit there with a spoon at night. And that's one thing that you did that I really liked. Like the moro. I fucking love moro, even though it'll put 20 pounds on
20 pounds.
Because you make that shit with pork grease.
No, pork grease. Moro is truly like, it's a dish that we cook for like Nochebuena, for parties. It's black beans and white rice cooked together, so like the rice has this like dark tinge, right? Okay. A lot of these restaurants nowadays use like that dye that still back, I think in the like probably like 60s and like 70s, people still used el moro and the like little dye, whatever. So when you go to a restaurant, you'll kind of see when it's not authentic, porque it looks like black, like kind of like that, like
spaghetti.
Sí. Literally. Pero when you cook an authentic one, you let the grease of like you render down pork. You really put the bay leaves in there, and like I always tell people, whenever you have like dry spices and stuff, throw it in with all of the hot like grease and stuff like that, porque se cocina, and that allows it to like open and give you those flavors that you're like fighting to like figure out, Pero with my page, granted, I really just try to like simplify everything to make sure that you get the same taste that abuelita or abuelo or whatever was there. Porque I too was on that same boat where I'd sit there and be like, me cago en la mierda, bro. These fucking guys don't put like, they're saying, oh, this is how you make a steak frites. But I'm like, you didn't tell the people that you got to fry the fries twice. You got to do esto aquí. And then I saw this carne con papa and he missed the bay leaf. He missed como like un tilín de like vino blanco and shit. And I'm like, dude, you're missing key flavors that are crucial components to like people in this culture. It's like, if you make a carne con papa for a Cuban and it doesn't taste like carne con papa,
I won't eat it.
Te jodiste.
I'm pissed.
You're mad.
That's what the problem was.
See,
in places outside of Miami, and trust me, I've given everybody a chance.
No, see,
I can imagine. In Louisville, Kentucky, you got 4 Cuban restaurants.
De veras.
And 3 of the people are from Union City or West New York. Minneapolis has a Cuban restaurant that's run by a Greek woman who grew up in Cuba, and her husband was Cuban. And he died. And she opened up a restaurant that's standing room only. It's so busy. She's only open for breakfast and lunch.
He's done.
Okay, my buddies just went there and sent me back. I told them, I go, if you go to Minneapolis, go see that lady. They came back. They live here. And they were like, Joey, the breakfasts
are insane.
Steak, potato, it's like a Cuban
Pero
breakfast.
Pasión,
the old breakfasts. Like I remember growing up, my mom waking up to see white rice with a steak on top of it and 2 eggs. And then they break the yolk and the egg goes on the fucking steak and on the rice, and they mix it up with a fucking cup of Cuban coffee with milk. And then they would get a pound of Cuban bread with butter and dip it in the fucking coffee and eat that shit. I'm like, no. No. Now I would give my hand to see my mother eat that breakfast again.
I know.
Fucking huge breakfasts. We have a friend, Rudy Sarzo, Cuban kid, West New York, Miami. He won't eat Cuban food. When we go take him out, he'll eat a croqueta. And because he goes, Cuban food fucks me up. Because at the other side of that spectrum, it's fattening.
No.
It'll fucking kill you. Last week or 2 weeks ago, you were making those guayabas. I didn't want to look at that. I don't look at that shit.
Porque you have no idea the amount of pastelitos that I fucking made. Yeah. Everyone was like, oh no, make a pastelito. Porque going back to your point with Lee earlier on about like Instagram, right? Like being on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube y todo estas cositas, right? You become like, crap, like fuck, like what does everybody want? You have some people wanting, oh yeah, I want carne con papa. Oh yeah, I want this. So I posted the pastelitos, and then everyone was like, now we want them with pastelito y queso. And I'm just thinking, oye, solo pone un poquito de queso. And that's it. Maybe it's the same fucking thing. Y después yo lo hice otra vez. And I was like, esto es de guayaba y queso. Porque everyone just gets like this, like, pero the amount of freaking food. I've started the gardeners on Tuesday. Se cagan every time they come to the house. Porque they show up and I go, oye, are you guys hungry? Porque I was there with like literal, like almost like 200 pastelitos. Porque I just started making them and then all my friends, oye, pero my circle's así. Bro, I just got a puppet named Paco, right? Porque it was a bitch getting people to be on this shit. So I go, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to be Paco y yo voy a hacer esto también, right? The amount of pastelitos that I just give away and the amount of food, it's like un despingue. Pero the pastelitos are the most dangerous, and the Cuban bread with the butter, and you just dip it in the coffee that's already filled with like six cups of like sugar, bro. It's like insane. And then people think yo estoy aquí jorobado porque obviously, like, if you had una colada, you wouldn't sleep for like 9 years, you know? Like,
what's a colada?
Like it's like just like the meth of Cuban coffee. Como it's just like the first press that like comes out, right? You take it and you mix it with like 3 things of like sugar, bro. Y tú solo estás ahí. And it becomes this thing that if you just like lick it, a little bit of hair on your nuts, you know? And I'm going like, oh, what are we doing, baby? Después, you pour this colada and you drink it. The first 2 sips, your heart's going to have like 3 palpitations. And then you're going to be like, coño, yo creo que yo me voy a cagar. And then you're going to look at someone and be like, yo creo que yo me la voy a cingar. Porque esto es, oh my God. You get horny, you get crazy. It's like leche de tigre, pero like Cuban. You know what I mean? It's nuts.
And you drink it, and then you smoke a cigar. Oh. To really like that motherfucker.
No. Y después te revientas el toilet. Pero this colada, people freak out porque everyone, they drink it in like thimbles, you know, in like a little thimble. Porque if you have more of that, you're going to have a heart attack.
You're done.
No, I fucking...
Starbucks can suck your dick.
Yeah, no. Starbucks
Did you
is
fly
nothing.
To Miami International?
Sí.
Okay. When you go to Miami International, there's a place that you buy sandwiches and stuff.
Sí.
If you look to your left, there's a Starbucks.
Sí.
That's lonely.
Empty.
A couple dumb white fucks going
Empty.
there. Lonely. They got one guy. He's a one-man show in there.
Sí, no.
They don't get the
sin
business
sal.
they get. Because I'm not paying $4 for your ice water when for $1.25 I'm doing meth right from the fucking boat.
Right from the
shit
boat.
The cartel sells. Unless you're an idiot and you don't know anything about coffee,
no.
go to Starbucks.
No.
You take your ass over to that place. You get a coffee. You get a Cuban sandwich for breakfast, and you buy 3 sandwiches to go. Tell them not to put it in the oven.
No.
And you bring that motherfucker on the plane with you, and when you get home, you throw those in the oven, and then you eat. Shit.
Yeah. Shit, boy.
Now, who taught you how to cook?
No, so it was crazy. My grandmother, right? So I grew up in Miami, born and raised, todo eso. My grandmother, my mom owns a restaurant in her and her cousin, her brother, right? So my uncle owned this restaurant in Miami called Bahamas Fish Market, right? Back in the like 70s, everyone who like just got off the boat y todo eso, their mothers would start working in this restaurant to like make money for esto, whatever. The moment I posted about that restaurant, all these people like kind of like were like, holy shit, like you were part of this y todo eso. It's such a Cuban staple, and I didn't even realize, you know? Growing up, going back and forth from Bahamas and seeing my like grandmother there, we'd always go to her house after. This bitch would put me up on the thing and be like, oye, ¿tienes hambre? I'm like, sure. She'd cook me up arroz, and then she'd do the little egg, and then the garbanzos, y después todo eso. I would just sit there and watch, and she had this fucking bird, bro, que siempre me mordía. I don't know what the fuck it was, pero cada vez, bro, I'm there watching it, and I'd be like, fuck this bird, you know, whatever. I get so mad, pero over the years, like 7-8 years passed, and like I didn't realize that like I was like keeping it there, you know, just watching her do her things, and I didn't realize that it was gonna like stick with me. Después, I moved to New York to pursue like acting school, right? Tremendo despingue, bro. They put me in this school. They go, get a leotard. I go, oye, papo. Esto es de Walmart, porque esto es duro, papa. Porque bro, leotards 6 a.m. movement class, right? And we'd be laying there, bro, laying there. No, eso es una mariconería que I was like, bitch, this isn't my shit. I want to be, no. I want to be funny. I want to be charismatic. You're telling me I have to come into a leotard, move like this, and then I'm going to cry because I'm pulling socks out for a scene. Go fuck yourself. Por favor. So I left the school. I go, pa la pinga. Pero when I really learned how to cook was during this period, because I had a lot of friends from like Europe and Australia from this acting school. They've never had a Thanksgiving, right? And I was like, coño, what the fuck do you mean you never had a Thanksgiving? And then I was like, wait a minute, history, obviously they don't celebrate that over there. And I go, oh my God. So I called my Cuban parents and I go, oye, this year I'm not coming for Thanksgiving. Me jodí la vida. They fucking hated me. They go, oh my God, sacrilege. Every holiday you got to be with the family. Todo. I go, no, espera, I got some balseros aquí that we're going to feed and we're going to make a Brad's Giving. I started cooking at 5:30 p.m. Worst mistake I've ever made. I cooked 2 chickens. I cooked a whole ham. Cooked todo eso. In my head, I'm like, I'm going to kill 30 people tonight. Porque yo no sé if I cook this right, whatever. Pero something just like came over me and I was like, coño, I think I did this right. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I go, hey, everybody. Food's ready. Happy Brad's Giving. Aquí nos vamos con esta mierda. Everyone sits down. Everyone eats and they go, Brad. I go, pinga, bro. Yo lo jodí. Este pollo está crudo. Yo no sé. They go, this is the best chicken I've ever had. I go, nah, bro, shut up, right? I spent another year in New York. Every day I walk past a culinary school and like I don't realize till the last week I'm moving out of New York, right? Every day I would walk by and sit there and be like, coño, qué clase thing. They're just playing with food. I want to do that. Fuck, but I have to go home and now I have this lawyer dad and this mom that's like, you're not doing anything. And he's like, you got to be in business. I'm like, you want to see me just like colgado ahí? Porque I don't do the cubicle life. Yo no puedo hacer eso, dad. And like, I don't know how you got it, whatever. I moved back to Miami and, oye, this is like the true story of how I became a chef, truly. My ex-girlfriend breaks up with me, right? Yo nunca he sido LSD, never did it in my life, whatever. This girl breaks up with me, right? Parents hated her. She was 28, I was 20. Oye, I got a whole ass woman to fall in love with me. Yo estaba ahí, a little Haitian, tiene tatuaje también. Sí, Haitian Filipina. Patois, pero coño su madre. It was the best like year of my life. Era loquísimo. This bitch leaves. She goes, no, me voy. I go, okay. Your friend calls me. He goes, oh yeah, man, whatever. There's this water, whatever. He goes, drink the water. It's going to be great, whatever. Yo, toma esta agua. Bro, oh my God. I'm dancing in the bushes, bro. I'm dancing in the bushes outside of my house, like listening to like Kid Cudi, bro. Yo estaba listening to Kid Cudi. And then all of a sudden, esta cosita, the words of the song go, if you can't take the heat, get out of my kitchen. And I go, I'm going to be the best fucking chef in the world. I go up to my mom's room, I kick the door, and I go, I'm going to be the best chef in the world. She goes, get the fuck out. It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, sorry. Oh, shit, me cago. That night, I applied to this restaurant called Lluvia, right? It was in like Lincoln. Lincoln now has this like parking lot that like is like whatever. It was the best restaurant in Miami at the time. I applied. I was like, no. I'm there like, hold a while, bro. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm going to do this, whatever. I applied next day. They call me. They go, can you come in tomorrow? I go, sure. me thinking it's going to be like an apprenticeship, whatever. Didn't realize it was Mother's Day brunch. I walk in. They go, oh, the grill guy called out. You want to step on the grill? I go, ¿qué? ¿Cómo no? I'm probably going to get help y todo esto. Bro, there was no help. All of a sudden, 350 people just sit down and they go, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? What the, like, am I supposed, they go, those are all your orders. I'm like, okay, pero like, what do I do? They go, cook. I'm like, fuck, okay. Bro, I grabbed these churrasco, porque I'm like, whatever on churrasco. And I didn't even cut them. I just laid these motherfuckers out there. Como the grill was like this big. For 4 hours, I see, bro. 4 hours, I see doing all this shit, whatever. I'm like blacking out. I'm like, I'm killing someone. I get whatever. The service finishes and everyone's like looking at me. Yo estoy así. I'm like, hey, everybody. I think, can I go home, please? Y después, this Michelin star chef, Gilles Epi, comes down and he's like, oye, who the fuck was on steaks? I was like, me, what I do? Fire me ahora porque yo nunca esto. He goes, dude, you killed it tonight. Thank you so much. I want to take you under my wing and like, let's see if we could do this. I go, what the fuck was in that? You know, I'm like, this is crazy. From there, I just started cooking and he kind of taught me like French technique, right? Then I went to the CIA in Napa Valley. So culinary school. I had like 5,000 followers and I was just sitting there and I look at them and I go, oye, just so I could build some credibility, I'm going to go to culinary school so like you can like really understand me and I could teach you everything I know for you guys to become better home cooks. And I was like 5,000 people, like no one, you know, I was like, bingo, I'm about to spend thousands of dollars just for your, like, let me see if this is going to work for me, you know? Then I went to the CIA and it just all kind of like clicked where I saw these people being like, oh, you know, like I'm going to be a chef for the rest of my life. And I'm like, pera. You mean you're going to work in the kitchen for the rest of your life, whatever, and do all this there? Yeah, it's fun. It's my passion. I go, pero es dinero, you know? And like, well, how are you guys going to do this? When I was watching these other kids learn how to cook, something clicked about the acting school and like the tightness of that leotard. I was like, me cago en la mierda. You know what? I think if I meld this acting with this like cooking-esque technique that I'm learning, like French technical technique, which everyone has to learn. Like whenever you're like cooking, any chef, Escoffier's method and his technique, eso es la cosita that if you don't have a wife, you learn that shit, you will have a wife the next day. Porque es una cosa where you will, wow, like cook crazy. But all these kids were just so dead set on being in a kitchen all day. And I'm like, eso no es mi vida. I want to at least have that moment for either people or anybody that you not only just escaped for that minute and a half of watching this video or whatever, pero you learned something. And I feel that is where everything kind of clicked, porque this como like generation y esta época, you know, it's like there's not a lot that's being taught. It's all like what's being seen, just like you were saying earlier with like streamers, where I'd understand a streamer, you know, pero if you were doing good, you know, and like, oh, like not just going to a hotel and like destroying it with like 50 people and then getting the views y todo eso. What are you teaching the youth, you know, that's like looking at you? And what are you teaching like people and like your peers? So I took all that shit. You don't say what I was like, oh my God, this is what an epiphany. From acting school, I moved to LA and then I put myself in one of the like tiniest kitchens called Petit Trois. It's run by Ludo Levev. They have one in the Valley and they also have one in Highland and Hollywood, right? So this was all like peak COVID as well. So era una mierda ahí where everyone was walking around con esta mierda. Restaurants were like at minimal capacity. I'm like, what the hell? Pero this restaurant didn't matter. At 7 a.m., you had a line out the door for the French omelet, right? Then at night, this burger that I would make every night, it was called the Big Mac. It would take 2 days to like make all the ingredients, right? It was like this red wine bordelaise with this Thousand Island sauce on top of 2 patties con un quesito. Esto es, oh my God. It's like, you have no idea. This burger, people would come, bring their dates, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, oye, papi, you're not going to get anything after you eat here, porque tú vas a estar ahí, ella va a estar así. What the fuck was that? Porque
the food that good?
The food was amazing. It was like, porque it was the details. It was that our fryer was clarified butter, you know? So, esa mierda, this guy would dish out, yo no sé cuánto, para esta mantequilla. I'm like, bitch. That's a lot, you know, a lot. Clarified butter as you're frying essential oil is nuts. Pero this burger was just like this like mystique thing. Yo no sé por qué, pero there I really, really learned how to cook. Porque every night it would be like 200 people sitting in like an 80-person restaurant. Like it was tiny as shit, but it would move like that. The grill would be así, crazy, to the point that I worked so hard ahí that it formed an abscess in my back. Como era así, como yo estaba ahí, bro, it would be wake up at 5:30, porque I lived near like Beverly Hills and like Doheny por ahí, right? Like right on the cusp. I would drive 5:30. I'd get there at 6, work till like 11 p.m., right? With like a little like 20-minute, 30-minute break, whatever. Y después, oh my God, wake up the next day. By the time that you're out of that restaurant, it was like 1:30, maybe like 2 in the morning, porque you gotta like clean, limpiar y todo eso. That's the part that killed me, where it was like after we just got molested during service, you're like, okay, now clean the floors. I'm like, are you fucking nuts? I'm like, what do you mean? Pero it built character. It built like this discipline that porque I obviously, as you can see, I have full-blown ADD to the max. And to me, it's like the best thing on the planet. Pero this taught me how to organize things. This taught me how to go through the motions of something that like helps you like make things easy for people, you know, where like cooking a burger, it's simple, pero if you do it multiple times, like cooking a French omelet, right? I never learned how to knew how to make
French omelet.
So you take like 2 ladles of eggs, right? And like butter. Y tú lo mezclas ahí, right? And then it starts like coagulating un poquito. Right as it's coagulating, right? You smack it one time and then you start like flipping it towards you and it looks like a perfect cylinder rolled, and then you just put a little bit of butter on top and then it comes out like shiny. Se ve, oh my God. People, it's like technique cooking.
Do you make like a cheese French omelet? Or?
You will put boursin, like garlic and herb, boursin pepper cheese, whatever cheese, goat cheese. Te puedes tirar lo que tú quieres ahí adentro.
I want no goat cheese.
No. Pero goat cheese no. Pero boursin in there, eso sí que sabe rico. Pero people would line up. Pero in there is where I learned how to cook. Después se despingó la cosa when the Hell's Kitchen team reached out. That was like nuts. They see my Instagram. I still had like 5,000 followers. I wasn't doing anything. You know, yo no estaba haciendo nada. And these people reached out and they're like, oye, do you want to be on Hell's Kitchen? Pero they like sent a DM from an account that had like 2 followers. I go, either I'm going to get raped or esto va a ser como una cosita aquí where, okay, this is like real. So we go and then the amount of tests, the blood test, the psychological test to make sure that you're not freaking crazy and you go in there and be y mata la persona. It was the craziest test. It was 3.5 hours. 2 of those hours was a black screen and a questionnaire where there was like someone else watching me answer these questions. But the questions were crazy. It's like, so would you ever kill your parents? Hey, yo estaba ahí like, just don't make a face. You know, I was like, pinga, bro. If I make a face, like, you know, I was like, oh my God. Every little thing was there. The blood test y todo eso. I went on Hell's Kitchen, and that is where I truly became Cuban. It was the craziest thing ever. Porque when I lived in Miami, I wasn't cubiche. You know, I wasn't like, oh, blah, blah, blah. When I moved to California, y yo vi todo eso papas sin sal, I go, ¿tú sabes qué? Esto necesita a little bit of energy. I get on the show and everyone's like, oh, I left my kids. I did all this. You know, I'm going to win this show. I'm like, why do you guys want to win this show? You're going to work at a restaurant for the rest of your life. Like, what is the point? Pero para mí, era una cosa like, let's just go on and let's have fun. And the Cubanism started coming. And then from there, I was like, coño, I think I'm onto something. I love my culture. I'm cooking some Cuban dishes for Gordon. And he's like, oh, yeah, what did you do to this burger? What did you do to this? I'm like, oh, yeah, bro, it's sazon, dude. It's like you put a little bit of bay leaf, you put a little paprika, oregano, annatto seed. It turns into a whole nother dish. And it kind of clicked. After Hell's Kitchen, my ex hated me. Porque I had like a 280-person like apartment unit complex. I walked downstairs and I put un cartel. If you want Cuban coffee, Cuban bread, and pastelitos, knock on this door. $5. I have no idea if it was legal or illegal. Make me importa. I put that bitch on Yelp, right? The apartment building would get calls night and day being like, so is this El Cubanito restaurant? Like, is there seating outside? And they're like, what the hell is going on? One day I go to get groceries, whatever. I come up, there's a line outside my door. I open, I'm like, what is going on? Like, I don't know, whatever. I open the door. My girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, what the fuck did you do? And I was like, mira, escucha. I think they want cafecitos. I made like 200 cafecitos. I did, like, porque there was no Cuban food. So from Hell's Kitchen, I went into that, and then I dumped the girl. Well, like, we mutual dumping. Pero era esta cosita where from there I brought it back to Miami. And I started up the Chef Brad thing because she didn't want me to do Chef Brad y todo eso, porque it's like I am very passionate about this, and like I want to make sure that everyone eats good, you know, porque at the end of the day, everyone has to eat, you know, like it's not like, woo, you know, si tiene problema, pero...
You know, it's crazy you saying this because I go to a restaurant by my house and the food's good people, but I like the owner.
Sí.
Because from the minute you walk in, he's coming up to you going, "Are you hungry? What do you want to eat? What do you want me to make you?
Sí.
You know, what do you want me to make?" And those are the people that, when they bring you the food, as they watch you eat, they're fucking coming in their pants.
Yeah.
And that's a special feeling. Not for me, because I'll never learn how to cook. But I could see that when I'm eating, I'll look up and he'll be like, fucking like, "How is it?" And he won't leave till I tell him how it is and why it was good. And then he'll leave and he'll come back. "You want more?" And I think about this guy all the time because I'm like, it's like the Italian people when I grew up. When you went into their house, they bent over backwards to you.
Everything.
You know, it's like I read an article. There's a really good journalist 30 years ago in Chicago.
Sí.
And she was Cuban and she covered a lot of Cuban stuff. And she wrote an article about visiting her family in Cuba. Mm. And she said that when she walked in, no matter how poor they were, any home in Cuba, when you walked in, this is 1985.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And she goes, no matter what home you walked in and what little or nothing that they had, they always offered you a glass of water. And I remembered that. I really remembered how special that sentence was, that they offered you a glass of water and they were happy that you were there. When people come to my house, I'm never happy. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're showing up with a piece of pussy and a meatball, I ain't happy.
Pa la calle. Pa la calle contigo.
What are you doing here? You know, but there's a quality about somebody who wants you to eat, who's looking at you going, "I don't care if you weigh 500 pounds.
Yeah.
I just want you to be happy."
I just want you to be happy.
And that's a fucking gift that a real chef has. What you're telling me, that you make 200 coffees and whatever, that's a real chef. That's a chef humanitarian type of person.
See.
He wants everybody to have the good things. You know, when I see somebody eating bad food, it drives me crazy.
Exactly.
Drives me crazy. Anybody in this room knows.
Nah.
Drives me crazy because you live in America and you have all these options. And you're choosing to go to McDonald's.
Sí.
Or you're choosing to eat stupid fucking pizza at 50 years old, which drives me crazy.
Eso es
Drives
una
me
locura.
crazy. You know, all this shit that we do, when you have all these options to eat this fucking great food, and it only costs you $20 more to eat that great fucking food.
Exactly.
But meanwhile, you'll fucking kill yourself to eat something shitty. I'd rather tell my girlfriend she'd go fuck herself that she ain't going out to eat this week because I stopped somewhere at lunch and got a steak for myself, you know, and that's what I don't understand it anymore. And these guys will tell you, even when I was robbed, there was a Chinese restaurant I used to rob up in Fort Lee all the time. You know, I didn't give a fuck. My goal was, I don't mind not having weed during the week, but on Sunday, I'm going to have weed where I got to rob you. And on Sunday, even if I don't have money, I'm going to have a top-notch fucking meal if I got to rob you.
If I got to rob you.
Because that's the way life is. You cannot, when I don't have any money, I'm going to go to Subway. That's the wrong attitude. Go get that money. I don't give a fuck if you dine and dash. Go get that money. Because you'll feel so much better when you eat something
hearty.
100% better. Like you just feel, you could be flat broke. I don't give a fuck if this is the last $55 steak I'm ever going to get. I'm leaving this restaurant with $3. I paid $50 for the steak and I gave a $20 tip and I drank water just so I could sacrifice to eat this fucking great steak. We've forgotten that. Yeah. And that's why, you know, every time I drive by McDonald's, I go, who the fuck is eating this? And okay, there's financial limitations. There's people that don't make a lot of great money or whatever. But man, that's one of the things you live for.
Yeah. Is
to eat good. Every society, they showed you pictures of it. 10 fat dudes, you know, with a fucking table of fucking food.
Sitting there.
Christopher Columbus. I just saw a picture of these. They have these Indian guys that fuck 14-year-old boys and they wear like a little mask. Even those guys, they feed these little kids before they molest them. These little kids dance for them and shit. I saw that on Instagram. See, that's worth looking at right there. I don't want to see no fucking guy doing stand-up or another podcast on Instagram, or you giving me a live report from what cheesesteak place. I don't want to see that.
No.
But 8 Hindus eating Hindu food, and they're like 50, and they got that little chubby. You ever see that fat dude that shakes?
that
wiggles?
Yeah.
Wiggle.
dances with his belly.
I would put him in front of my restaurant. No matter what I sold. $10 an hour, just wiggle.
Oh, yeah.
$20 an hour, all you could eat. And he just bum. Interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? And then I look at your videos, and I go, every fucking week on Channel 12, they do that fucking restaurant that you go to. What's that place you go to that's better than Lavotti's? Up by my friend's house, up there, up the restaurant. You go to a fucking Italian supermarket, Peppino's, Uncle Giuseppe's. You ever see the guy who teaches how to cook there?
No.
He should just shoot himself. That is the boringest cook in the world, and it's the same Italian shit that I'm gonna teach you today how to make And you see him, and he's got the chick from Channel 12. I wouldn't eat that shit. I wouldn't even go down there. Because if it's going to make me that boring,
exactly.
I don't want to eat that fucking
food.
And we all watch like Chef whatever. I try watching that TV show at night, but he always wins.
Sí.
And that's bullshit. That guy always wins.
Bobby Flay.
Que
clase, Timon.
You could bring a chink from fucking China to make the best Chinese dish, and Bobby Flay always beats him.
Beat his
I'm not watching.
He's gonna beat his ass.
A couple
Bobby.
weeks ago, he beat up an African guy. The guy had a dish in his fucking mouth. He's cooking he's pulling vegetables out of that dish.
Fresno peppers.
Throwing them in there, and fucking Bobby Flay beats him. And 3 white people judged it. Give me a black African in there to let me know what's really crack-a-lackin'.
Yeah.
He beats everybody.
No.
He beats everybody.
No.
Even in their own, he could come to the He's worse than the Knicks. He only wins away. That guy can come to England and fucking, it's amazing.
Dude, you're upset like you lost a bet against for Bobby who beat Bobby Flay.
I lost against my wife one night, my daughter, because I'm like, how the fuck is this Chinese guy gonna lose?
Bobby Flay, I know.
This guy can't talk. He's got a cat on his shoulder. He's a fucking lock, and Bobby Flay just beats him, and I'm like, nah, this motherfucker. Then you had Chef Leroy. What's his name? The Italian guy that molested somebody.
Batali.
Yeah, that poor bastard. He made a
Rocks.
comeback recently.
I know, those orange frogs.
Ain't nobody buying into that.
No, you see that in an alleyway.
Batali. No, there's another guy. What was the guy 20 years ago? The Italian
his
guy.
pasta's good.
Emerald Lagasse?
Batali's pasta's good. I swear. His recipes are crazy.
Emerald Lagasse.
Emerald Lagasse. He did
Bam,
something too.
yeah.
Bam. He did something too.
Bam.
You did something better than Bam. I mean, there's times I show you videos to people and we just fucking die of laughter. And I'm the comic. And I'm like, look at this. When you sit there on the thing waiting by the stove and the fucking hitting shit.
What when he makes a fire come out of his ass?
Yeah, the fire coming out of his ass. And at the end of the day, that's what people want to see. That's why you're so memorable. That's why you went from 5,000 people to 600,000.
See.
It's like now I'm seeing people doing dates. Hi, I'm going to be in Chicago on Saturday. It's the most boringest video. I wouldn't go see you.
No.
I wouldn't go see you.
You want to feel the
I want to see you, somebody get mugged. Here I am in the corner of Chicago. Watch this. I'm sorry. I know Joey's going to get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Tape a fucking bum getting kicked or something. Then go, I'll be in Chicago all week. That's what sells. You walking, like I saw a friend of mine in front of a brick wall. I thought he was about to get shot, like they were going to shoot him. Hi, I'm going to be in Kentucky Friday and Saturday. Well, that's where I'm not going to be.
Done. Oh,
not going to be.
God.
So how did you... So because now I see your story. You went to acting class, the leotard.
I hated that shit.
The French dude, because those French cooks got to stick up their ass.
No.
They do have to stick up their ass.
He was the first chef that has ever thrown food like ever. Ludo Levev is like a true SSC.
And they correct you on everything.
No,
you say
everything.
wrong.
What the fuck is your problem? What the fuck is this? And then there goes your steak that you just worked 15 minutes on. And then he yells at you, I need a steak now. I was like, bro, you just had a steak. Era un bululu. Pero truly, the energy just comes from like, oye, it's pure ADD and pure like intrusive thoughts, Porque like, think about it. Whenever someone and like you're watching either a movie or kind of like even like a Family Guy episode or algo así ahí, they always say some gnarly like punchline, and then they hit you with the actual scene of, oh, it's Ray Liotta buying honey, whatever. And like you're like, what the fuck is this? Pero para mí, it was just this thing of like, let me try to educate people, not just on food, but all the music I use is from like the 40s to like the like late 80s, maybe like early 90s, you know? So I could keep giving people like the culture that like, oh yeah, maybe you were conceived to like this song, you know, Babe, I'm Gonna Love Tonight. Lime would always come on. Ah, babe, esa mierda. It hits a chord that sends you back in time, you know, to when fantasy would like play on the dance floor, and you're like, me cago en la mierda. If I don't make the move right now, me jodí la mierda. I'm a Pamela Henderson en la casita. Porque it's like,
Lee, what's the matter? Why do you got a creepy look on your face?
¿Qué pasó?
I don't know what I can, dude. It was so we were walking here when we took the bus because you were talking about like the 80s. We were walking here. This very nice lady who was probably in her 40s or 50s almost caused an accident, pulled over and got out of the car like he was the Beatles, and like was called her husband. It's crazy. It was, but it's like I was telling you when we were talking earlier, like the thing that you and Joey have just naturally that I wish I had is just like that energy, and I don't know how. I don't know how you do it. Like the energy that you two can have and get so excited about Pastelito, it's amazing. And then like you make yourself fly with the smoke. There's puppets on your show.
Hilarious when you make yourself fly.
Bro, it's crazy porque it all harkens back to my love for like growing up. Like, oh yeah, my like mom would be like, oh yeah, get home from school, you do your homework, you vete pa cuarto or go play outside, whatever the hell. I'd go upstairs and I'd somehow always stumble upon like Penn and Teller, right? And these like magicians and whatever. And then the art of illusion kind of started like, if I have this angle, right, I have all this space that I could either put something in, I could put a box here that I could just step on, pero with the angle, it makes me look like yo estoy aquí volando como un fucking cohete, baby. And it was this thing where the art of the illusion, I try to keep very like old Hollywood too, you know, like practical stunts, no like CGI, porque yo no tengo, bro, I got Cuban parents, I ain't paying for that shit, and I'm not gonna pay for that shit tampoco, bro. CGI is un de pinga. Pero it's this thing where if you keep the practical stunt, like kind of like Charlie Chaplin, right? All of his things were all practical, like Buster Keaton too, you know, like he'd be hanging off a thing and you'd be like, oh my God, he's actually doing this. Pero it's just the illusion of the painting in the back, and the camera shot. With all this and trying to hone it into this little like 16:9 like frame, I go, I have so much room aquí that I'm going to try to give them all my energy, you know, so they could stay like attentive, pero every video you're going to watch me like grow, meaning as in like I'm going to try to get better at the editing, whether it just be something tiny or I'm going to add a puppet porque, oye, people in Miami, coño, it's hard to find some talent, you know? So I go, oye, aquí nos vamos, let's bring out the little puppet. So, and now I have Paco, you know? And then when I have Paco there, it's funny porque the kids are also really into it. Also, my like demographic blows my mind porque everyone swears on their mother that like I have like 2 crack rocks up my nose every time I do a video porque it's like, good morning, everybody. Pero no, bro, it's una colada, un poquito de marihuana, and I just go, vamos, aquí nos vamos. Let's cook some good food, but make sure that everyone gets the same knowledge, fun time, and kind of this like escape from like religion, politics, toda la mierda that's going on for like everyone. I just give you a space where I go, oye, today you might see Paco, tomorrow you might see Burrito Sabanero talking, pero you're also going to learn something. So when you're out on a date or algo así and she goes, oh, do you know how to cook? You go, yeah. Porque if you don't know how to cook and tú estás ahí haciendo eso, bro, cook just like you were saying, like, take the time, go out, buy yourself some nice ingredients, right? And then when you cook it and you see and just follow along on these very like simplified, like it's not about measuring. And that's like another thing where it's all about taste and feel. Even if you don't know how to do it, I always tell people, solo cocina sin miedo, you know, like without fear. Because if you cook with fear, it shows in your food and whatever you do, you know? So if you just go into it where it's like simple steps, you first put this, y esto, y echarle toda esa mierda, it comes out like a different animal. And I feel like the energy is just like the passion, you know, where like I'm like passionate about this shit. Where like if you tell me, coño, I'm hungry, I'll go, dude, show me the closest market, and I'll go in there. I'll be like, give me that. Fuck, I got a boom, 7-course meal para ahí, pero it's nothing fancy, no fucking frou. I don't want the Michelin star, porque todo es. It's just a lot of love, a lot of compassion, and just like, oye, this is just me sharing a story with you, and hopefully you like taste this and it'll transcend that flavor memory and send you back in time to when your mom, your dad, your abuelo, your abuela did something. Porque that is what I think this generation is missing, is that heart like chord of like, coño, you know, like I came from like this awesome culture, you know.
These motherfuckers just order food.
See,
and they get delivered to the house. They have no culture. It's garbage fucking food.
It blows my mind.
You got the fucking guy touching your food. Because I don't trust those people.
No.
I know if I'm driving food and I'm broke, I'm smoking dope, I'm taking your pepperoni off your pizza. I'm taking a piece of shrimp from you. You know, there's always something.
7 shrimp here.
It's pretty weird. Last week I did a podcast with Lee about it. I love to see everything. I love when people tell you a story, how something came together. And I compared it to the new documentary about Led Zeppelin and Pee-wee's documentary. He showed you the beginning stages of something completely different, but it all ended there, you know? Lee talks about energy. You talk about energy. I learned about energy as a salesman. Nobody wants to buy a car from, hi, what are you looking for? A V8? Yeah, we have them. Let me go get a key for you. Okie dokie. They don't want that. They want, hey, how the fuck are you doing? How are you? Well, we're just looking. Listen, there's a mall down the corner. There's 1,000 cars. You go down there and look. Okay? But I'm just kidding you. Listen, come on up. My name is Joey. Welcome to fucking the motor company here. Let's do this. Then you walk inside. You're like, I don't have a license. I'm just teasing you. You know, and you're fucking with them. You're fucking with them, but at the same time, you're pressuring them.
Exactly.
You don't even feel it. You're pressuring with them.
Boom.
Because if I just come out and go, no, go to the mall and look. No, I'm fucking with you, but I'm telling you right. And then you look at them straight in the face and go, listen, I'm going to take good care of you, but you're going to buy a car today, right? I just got you. And they don't even know what happened.
Right.
They don't even know what happened. Energy
lost.
Energy is your key to when you want to make a point.
Yeah.
You ever go see a comic? And some guys have a deadpan delivery, and that's what they do.
Yeah.
So you have to respect that. But there's guys you go see that, you're just making me want to take a shit. I came here to laugh and giggle, and you're funny, but you're not taking me there. I got too much breathing in between. I don't want that. When a guy wins a fight, how does he win a fight? By throwing one punch? No, he fucking berates him. He fucking berates him. Then he sees an opening and he jumps on him and he keeps fucking punching.
Yep.
That's energy. That's what energy does. And it's not something that you could take a pill for. You could do coke, you could do speed. No. Energy is something that comes from your stomach. It comes from within. It's from within you. It's a switch that just goes off. You know, how many shows we do together? 1,000? Yeah. How many times I complained to you and you about a show? I don't have no material. But as soon as I hit that fucking microphone, I'm like, you ever see the movie Carrie? The microphone gets electrocuted. That's it. Once I touch that microphone, I don't give a fuck about my wife, my daughter, what I'm feeling. My foot hurts. I just got out of the hospital. Doesn't matter. Because what's going to sell that joke, what's going to sell your performance, what's going to sell whatever you're trying to sell is the energy factor.
Yeah.
The energy factor. It's like you ever go like I remember coming from LA to New York City, and I would go to the Stand Comedy Club, and I would go outside to smoke a joint. And there was nights I'd have to throw the joint away and go inside because the cars were moving so fast on Broadway, or wherever the fuck I was. Boom, 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 lights are switching. Beep, 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 walk the street. And you're like, holy fuck, I don't get this in LA. I don't get this. The only time I get this is if I go to Vegas for the weekend. Beep, 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 lights and people walking. Hey. So I would have to slow it down. That's what I'm doing to you. I'm slowing you the fuck down. I don't want you to get anxiety, but I want to get your attention. I want people to say, I'm not taking my eye off him, because if I do, something might happen. I want the waitress to drop a dish, to drop a fucking thing of glasses, and see how many people actually react to her. If you're doing your job, they won't react to her. That's where energy comes in. Your energy beats everybody else's energy. Mm-hmm. Energy is very important when you're selling. You sell on your feet and you close on your ass. Mm-hmm. But you sell on your feet. That's car salesman shit. So when I was selling cars, I didn't know I was becoming a salesman.
That's fair.
A comic. I was already becoming a comic I'm sorry, not a sell. Okay. I was becoming a comic from doing comedy. I brought that into my comedic career. When I became a comic, people were like, well, I don't know what to do if you don't get work. Bitch, you get up on Monday. What are you doing? You need a car. You get there and you call everybody who came in the last 3 weeks. How you doing? We're having a sale today. There's no sale. There's no sale.
No.
There's no sale. But my energy, I'm so excited. This car is in. You looked at it. I spoke to the boss. He says he can get you 20% off. He ain't going to give you 20% off. But I'm selling you to come down. I got to get you to come down. That, every comic you talk to, I'm trying to sell tickets. Well, guess what? The connection is you making somebody at home actually get up and come to your show. Exactly. When I worked at the sports betting system, they didn't have credit cards back then, so you had to do everything in Western Union. Louis, are you going to call me at 7 o'clock when the Celtics are playing at 7:30 or 5? You call me at 7 for the hot pick because you lost 3 in a row, and I'm like, we could do this, but you got to run the Western Union real quick.
Jesus. And
if you do have a Visa card, you can call Western Union and send me the $500 with the Visa card. But you don't have a Visa card because you're a degenerate gambler. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go inside, you're going to get the $500, and you're going to go to, you know how many times people call me at 7:25 with the 10-digit confirmation number? I made them get up off their ass to come and pay me for a pick that's just as good as they were going to have.
Right.
Okay? Just as good as they were going to have. I got the pick the same way they're going to make that pick. I'm no special in them. What got them to get up? The excitement. You know what, George? What are you doing right now? Oh, I'm looking to see what the Knicks are going to do. You know what I'm doing? I'm getting my dick sucked, and the chick is rubbing my feet. That's from what I won Sunday when the fucking Indiana Pacers beat the Knicks. And you know what? If my team wins tonight, I'm going to get 2 other chicks to rub this foot and 2 other chicks to lick my balls while the other 2 are here. What are you doing? You're sitting there in your grandmother's house. You want to live like me, don't you? Yes, I do. You want your dick sucked every night? Yes, I do. Well, it starts by you going on the Western Union and pay me my $500. And I guarantee you, on Friday, I have a game coming on Thursday. If you think tonight's game is big, forget it. I got a game on Thursday. Let me tell you what you're going to be doing Friday morning. When you wake up, you're going to call a limo company. And they're there going, what limo company? The limo company.
No, the limo
not going to matter because I'm going to put $10,500 in your pocket by Friday. I'm going to talk money. $10,500. That gets you 2 hookers, a limo, a bag of Coke, and I'll get you a free room in Atlantic City. They're never going to win, so they're not going to go to Atlantic City. I'm never going to get them the room anyway. But I didn't call them and go, hi, my name is Joey. No, I called them, hey, Joey here. Grab. Listen to me. Grab the fucking pen because we're not losing tonight. Why am I grabbing a pen? Because your mother sucked. She made a mistake. That's why you're grabbing a pen. Grab a pen. You're going to send $200. I just sent you $200 today. It's the energy, guys.
That's what it is.
And that's why his videos will capture you and go, what the fuck is he talking about? You're not even worried about the recipe.
Right.
That's when you know you're that good. When you're not like, the recipe got nothing to do with it.
I got to the end of a couple of his videos. I was like, I don't even know what he put in that thing. But that's how do you, as someone who I don't feel like I have that energy, but sometimes I do. But how do you just like manufacture it? Like how do you create?
Remember science class in grammar school? Yeah. Kinetic and potential energy.
See.
Okay.
What's kinetic energy? Energy in motion.
Okay.
And potential energy is you standing there eating fucking amino acids, getting ready to take off to chase that fucking black dude. You got to chase a black dude. He's 10 times quicker than you. How you gonna catch him? You're not gonna catch him with your stupid speed. You're gonna sit there for 15 minutes and go, how am I gonna catch this black motherfucker? Okay, I'm gonna have to eat this. I'm gonna have to eat this, and that's all potential energy.
Potential.
So when you get to the show at 7:30, I don't suggest that you do this, but you have to do this. You have to psych yourself up.
Same.
And tell yourself you're going to suck. Your mother sucks. They're going to bomb you. You're not going to get paid. You're going to paint yourself into a scenario. you're going to put yourself in a corner like a fucking rat.
Yeah.
And all that surrounded it is you're not a guy with a broomstick. It's all your self-hatred, all your self-doubts.
I got plenty of that.
I'm gonna bomb. I'm bald. I'm fat. I got a missing fucking tooth. I got a big nose. I got a bandit on my ear. They're not gonna like me. I'm 62. I'm old. They're gonna. All that changes. That's where your energy comes from. That's when I just smacked you in the face 10 times and made you sit down. And I'm bragging to George how I smacked you in the face 10 times. And one of the times when I take my eye off you, you're gonna get up with a right fucking hook and level me right in the fucking jaw. Boom. And it's not going to be your punch that knocks me out. It's the momentum of you coming off that couch with your legs. You're going to put everything into it. I'm going to go down like a bad habit. That's called potential energy. Okay? So I want you to psych yourself out.
Okay.
So that energy, you back yourself into a wall.
Yeah.
You're not, forget about the owners here. Forget about who's in the back watching you. This is you against the world. So your energy will come. You're not going to let me just throw you around and fuck you in the ass, are you? You're going to try to resist a little bit. You're going to put a leg up. You're going to do something. My ass smells. You know, I haven't washed my ass in a week and I have a hemorrhoid. You know. That's how you build energy.
Okay.
You're in a fucking hole. You're getting out of that. You're not going to get out of that hole by going, hello? Hello? Anybody out there? No. You're going to fucking yell, and then eventually, Silence of the Lambs. When she's yelling and she starts making the thing and the plan, and he gets the dog, I'll snap his fucking neck, you know. Don't kill my boo-boo.
Lotion. Clarice.
It's time to watch that movie again. When he put his dick between his legs and starts dancing.
That shit was gnarly, dude.
But here's the funny thing. When the guy puts his dick between his legs and starts dancing, you're like, how'd they know I did that?
They got me.
Because we all did that shit. Like, oh my God, I got a pussy.
Meatball sub.
No, I don't get a pussy. And your energy comes out from the mirror. Fuck you.
You have to do a Chef Brad After Dark and just come out like that.
Oh yeah. See, no. I'll do the meatball sub. You do the up and tuck, and then you turn around, and then you go, mira eso. Y las dos bolas están ahí. It's like a subway. It's hilarious. No, pero everything you're saying is true. It's that it's the potential and the kinetic energy. Literally, it comes from the moment of, like, think of it. Game 7, 10 seconds left. You have the ball. Está ahí. Put it back there. Pero también think about all those bitches that fucked you up. Think about that time that you wanted something so fucking bad and you didn't get it. And you go, what the fuck can I do to get this shit? For me, I think the energy came también from when I stopped taking ADD pills, right? When I was a kid, 13 years old, mom put me on this shit. By 15, I go, no, fuck this shit. Porque every time I would get in the car, she'd be like, so how's your day? And I'd be like, I want to die. And like, she's like, what the fuck? Why? And I was like, no, bro, because I just know how to work the parents, you know? Porque the energy sells, right? So we know when to, like, oye, keep the energy down to kind of paint the picture of, oh yeah, I really don't want to do this homework or I'm going to kill myself. And the next day I'm at Dr. Wagner's office and I'm sitting there for an hour and a half, right? And I'm juggling this fucking psychiatrist like a bitch, right? He's there, bro. I'm fucking like 10 years old, bro. And I'm juggling this motherfucker like a bitch. Estaba ahí, right? And like, he's like, oh, for an hour and a half, just hablando mierda, bro. Just like, oh, so how's this, whatever. I look at him and I go, so are you going to ask me? And like, he goes, ask you what? Bro, I didn't want to do math, and I said that I'd kill myself. He goes, so are you going to kill yourself? I go, no, bro. I just fucking hate homework, dude. And this kid goes, or like this psychiatrist, like, calls my, like, mom, and he's like, oh, yeah, bro, just take him off, like, whatever. Just keep him on this ADD medication. Don't take him off, right? Every day, this bitch will give me these pills. I just throw them in the car seat. One day, the fucking dog, bro. I used to take my dog to school. Este perro. I like put it there and like his tongue is all sticky and shit, right? It grabs this little pill y lo pone ahí, right? And I'm holding this dog. This dog just starts getting like heavier, bro. Yo estaba como like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with this dog? Este perro solo estaba ahí like sentado. No, it wasn't dead, thank God. This dog, I put it on the chair. I've never seen this dog solo así. Parao. Just straight up así. I get home that day. The dog is staring at the wall, bro. Así como.
He ate the Adderall?
Bro, he ate the Adderall. It was nuts. Porque I would never take it. And then the moment I got off of it, that is when the energy stayed. All of these like different pills, porque tanta muchacha, bro. Every bitch I know goes, oh no, I'm on it. I just need to take a little pill. And I'm like,
that's
bitch.
That's to my man in Austin.
I go.
Girl gave him an Adderall.
My God.
It saved me that night though.
No, I bet. Pero it's like all these bitches. Oh no, I'm a little sad. Bink. And I'm like, bitch, you're about to be sadder in like 6 hours. Holy shit! If you think you're sad now, prepárense.
You didn't like the Adderall?
No,
I've never done it. People always say
I did it, and then they switched me to this other one called Quillivan, where I was like, "De pinga, bro, what the fuck are these names? Like, what are you gonna start? Just don't stick anything in my ass, like whatever." Pero once I realized what it did, right, where like I'd go to school, and by 8:30 I was like this, and then like I'd be sitting there, and I'd be like, life and time is just moving past me, but I want to say shit, but I can't. Then I stopped taking it, and I'm sitting there in class. Oh my fucking God, I'm there. I'm like, what's up, bitch? I need this, esto, whatever. Boy, you went to like lengths of like I loved to like just make sure that everyone was okay, Pero that's where that salesmanship energy and that like you learn it as like everything happens. Pero for me, I always say the pills y toda esa mierda, never do them porque it'll just change that energy for you. Energy comes from the passion and all the hatred and all the shit that's hurt you in your life, and you just turn that shit around and you go, you know what, fuck, bro, this is gonna kill me if I don't do well. And when the camera turns on and when the lights go on, it's all like
that shit goes away.
Away.
And I'm not trying to argue with you. The problem I run into is I'll say that bad shit to myself, and I'll talk myself out of doing something. I'm like, oh, they don't want to see this, or this is bad. No. They don't want to hear from me.
No.
So like I don't know how to.
You're not beating yourself that up. You're working on the day. You're not thinking about your bits. Mm-hmm. You're not breaking down your bits here. Mm-hmm. You're just thinking about they're gonna hate you overall. That you're thinking about all the shit people said to you. You're thinking about the little insecurities you have in your mind, and the energy comes from you proving a point to yourself.
Okay.
And the energy, energy sells. Energy is enthusiasm. Enthusiasm always fucking sells, Brad, what's your next move?
Oh yeah, next move, I hopefully I want to do a cookbook. So either a kid's cookbook and like a Cuban like major cookbook too. Pero porque my like demographic I feel like is like a lot of kids and like people that just need the like recipes. I kind of want to do like a fun like cookbook, like very like outlandish, make it great, where it's like kind of like the joy of cooking, pero there's pop-ups, there's things.
You know what you should fucking do?
Tell me,
You should take these Instagram pages and do like a fucking, what's that shit that people pay you to make videos?
OnlyFans? No.
Well, that too.
Mira eso.
OnlyFans with a fucking steak on your dick. You know what I'm saying? Like a fucking with the black beans and rice.
Black beans and rice. Mira este moro, maduro from the waist down, bitch.
No, what's that shit? Cameo.
Okay. Oh no,
I would love to, like, if I could just call somebody and say, I need a video on your recipe.
Oh, see.
Like a video library that you create, just like what you're doing here.
See.
You should put all those in video library, and people could always, in the next 2 years, shit's going to come on the computer. It's going to blow your mind.
Oh, yeah.
And I've always said, listen, the computer is a fucking gold mine for money.
Oh, it is nuts.
If you attack it the right way,
exactly,
there's a fortune under that shit.
Yeah. And
that might be the future. And what I like about your cooking videos, it's not a half hour.
No. It's a minute.
I love that chick that cooks with Snoop Dogg. What's that blonde that
Martha
went to jail?
Stewart.
Martha Stewart. Oh, tremenda.
So all those dishes take an hour. I ain't got an hour to learn how to bake.
No.
I don't want to really learn how to bake, but bake the most important Cuban stuff like pastelito guayaba. That's what people like. I love pastelito guayaba. Once you put the cheese in there, you lose me.
No, same.
When I was a kid, this is how of a Cuban house I grew up in. When we lived on 88th Street. Dessert was always a piece of guayaba with the cream cheese and with a Cuban cracker. My mom would drink the coffee, and then they would do a line of Coke because of the digestion. That was a Cuban dessert in the 70s. A line of Coke for the digestion. Then they'd sit there and they go, man, that line of Coke is doing me a lot of good. You sit there, like, how come I can't do one? I'm tired.
My tummy hurts.
Oh, my God.
I'm happy that you fucking came here today. I wanted people to see what you're about, and I want people to go to Chef Brad, the page, if you want to learn how to cook Cuban. He's got pumpkin on there. He's got so many different recipes.
Everything.
He just doesn't cook Cuban. He makes steaks on there.
Lebanese,
he does a
crazy
phenomenal job, man. So follow him. What do you got going on, Lee? You're going to Tampa this weekend.
Fuck yeah. I'll be in Tampa. 7 shows. 2 shows.
Oh my God.
6 o'clock on Saturday, 7 o'clock on Sunday. I'm headlining. The rest of the week, I'm opening up for Greg Fitzsimmons. But 6 o'clock Saturday.
Look at the energy.
Look at it.
Look at the energy. There you go, motherfucker. Fucking bitch.
I'm trying my best.
I'm excited. We have tickets going on sale Thursday or Friday. Go to the Hard Rock Casino in Fort Lauderdale. Tickets go on sale Friday, the 4th, which is Thursday, I think. Whatever the 4th is, yeah. 2, 3, 4 on Thursday.
The 4th is
tickets
Wednesday.
Officially go on sale on Friday for Hard Rock Casino, Fort Lauderdale, September 6th, the night before the Dolphins play. I don't know who they're playing yet. So it's going to be a good fucking weekend. Lee will be there. Chef Brad will be there. George will be there. Nick will be there. We're chartering a flight right from fucking Teterboro. We're going deep. Fuck it. It's a flight full. I'm breaking even on this gig. I don't give a fuck. I'm breaking even.
You're like, fuck Newark.
Yeah, fuck Newark. We're just renting a Teterboro.
We go build a plane.
Do the whole video for them, get 20% off. I'm going to break even on the gig. I don't give a fuck. Just to save me and my boys on a private jet.
Oh, shit.
Get a steak on that motherfucker. Bring a cat.
I got everything.
Bring a fucking cat just to show people the power. Because I'm flying everything. A cat, a cow. I'm like Pontecorvo's Deli on 40. I saw that the other day. That's still there, George. When I was a kid, my mother would go there. Like if you were doing a Santeria ritual, or somebody was sick, your mother would go get you a chicken.
Exactly.
It's on 54th Street and Bergenline Avenue. It used to be huge. When I was a kid, it was Italian people, so they were the mafia. They had bears, they had fucking lions in the back. They could sell you anything, but the front, they had like chickens and roosters and fucking. And the guy was like, fuck, he was missing an eye, and he come out like with a limp. And you tell him like, let me get a chicken. And as soon as he turned, all the chickens would run to the back of the cage and start fucking, and he would walk to the cage and just, which chicken you want? That one. And he would just stick his hand back there, break his fucking neck on and then slam him on his leg. You were like, what the fuck? Book up. They had a machine where they feathered it. Remember the feather? They throw it in there and the feather would come out and then your mother would give you a little cooked chicken it wasn't even cooked, it was just pieced out. Fucking tremendous. And the chicken was always yummy in that. Fucking, I saw it the other day. I'm like, I can't believe that thing is still there. People are still buying. That's Spanish people.
Dang.
They don't fucking buy it. Fuck that fucking, what's his name? Purdue. Cuban people don't eat that Purdue chicken.
Isn't Purdue, that's Cisco shit.
Fuck you. They get the real chickens down there. You ever go to a Mexican restaurant, they actually put the chicken paw in the soup? Remember they put the fucking leg in the soup?
Collagen, baby.
And you're like, nah.
I know.
That toe's got fungi on it. I'm not eating that motherfucker. So June 4th, Fort Lauderdale, Lee Syatt will be at the Tampa
Side
Splitters, 7 shows. Please go support him and bring him a Cuban sandwich.
See.
He's going to be in Tampa all weekend where the Cuban sandwich is said to be invented. I hate doing that little faggy thing. I think my name is Chad. Hi. But, yeah, go check Lee out this weekend. If you're in Tampa, follow my man, Chef Brad. It's a great follow. The only fucking webpage I like as much as his Instagram page. And for you people who have been bugging me for the last month, I'm going to tell you again. Crazy girl Maggie lives in Colombia. I've never met Maggie. Some guy sent me an email the other day, like, you're cheating on your wife. And I'm like, dog, she lives in Medellin, Colombia. I've never met her. We make videos. She sends me videos, I put them up. Well, this has to stop because it seems like you're cheating. Well, okay, then I'm cheating. Long distance, I guess. I don't fucking know. She's 20-something. I'm 62. Yeah, that's what she wants. A 62-year-old fucking man. Did you see her body? Did you see her ass? She can have fucking George Clooney if she wants. She's going to fucking talk to a 65-year-old fat fuck with missing teeth. What the fuck is wrong with you motherfuckers? Anyway, get your tickets for Fort Lauderdale. I want to thank Chef Brad. I want to thank Chef Brad. I want to thank Lee Syatt. Look, he's not high today. We gave him a pass this week. We're getting the heavy duty. I had something for him, but the shit I'm going to give him, he won't make it to Tampa. I don't want to hear him crying. I missed my flight and all this shit. Every Tuesday, I got to call Lee, and it's always something. What? You know how I feel. He always says, Lee, what's going on? How you doing today? You know.
Well, yeah,
I don't know.
Me at 9 a.m. after I was up to 3 in the morning.
You know. And I'm like, Lee, what? And then he's like questioning me. How come you don't feel that way? Well, because I got up, I smoked a joint to get a bite of the animal that bit me last night. And I'm sweating it out at the gym. But Lee'll sit there like, I don't know what to do. Well, fucking get up, cocksucker. Take a shit and smoke some reefer.
I do that all the time.
No, you don't. You don't smoke on the date. I know you motherfuckers. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Tip Top, Magoo. Don't forget UFC 316. Don't forget the basketball finals start on Thursday. And I'll see you motherfuckers next week. Tip Top motherfucking Magoo. Stay black.